Testing, testing, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. If you'd like to light a Shabbat candle, we have 2 trays of Shabbat candles. You are welcome to light prior to the start of Shabbat. James, one camera is down, that camera is down. I had people working on it today, just to let you know. And they fixed the speed issues with the other cameras. Come on in and light a Shabbat candle. We got 2 trays of Shabbat candles, and you got about 3 minutes to light before we begin the service. So you If you'd like to light a Shabbat candle, we have 2 trays of Shabbat candles up on the bima. Do not be shy. Come on forward and light a candle. I'll give you a whole minute and 12 seconds to do it. Except for Rob Mullane. He gets 3 minutes. I don't want him to rush. How are you? What a quiet. Thank you.
You know how much Jesse likes you. We like you too.
I have a bit of a fix on that one. We're going to begin in 2 minutes, so quickly come light a Shabbat candle. Our timer has already been started.
I had a head start.
Let's grab a seat. Let's all grab a seat. Grab 2 seats, grab 3 seats. Grab your own seat. Don't grab anybody else's seat without permission. Nobody got that joke. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We're going to begin with a little nigun. I'm going to kick it over to Joel.
Yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla rai 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 rai, yalla lai 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 lai, yalla rai 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 rai, yalla rai 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 rai. Rai rai, yara rai 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 rai, yara rai 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 rai, yara rai 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 rai, yara rai 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 rai, yara rai 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 rai, yara rai 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 rai, yara rai 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 rai, yara rai 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 rai. Yara rai 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 rai. You're welcome to sing with me. Yara rai 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 rai. Yalla lai 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 lai. Yalla lai 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 rai 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 rai. Yalla lai rai rai rai. Yara rai 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 rai. Rai 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 rai. One more time. Yalla lai rai rai rai. Yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 rai 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 rai, yalla lai rai rai rai, yalla lai rai rai rai, yalla rai 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 rai.
Tonight is a special Shabbat. It's a special Shabbat because we are together, celebrating and honoring the next 24 hours. It's a special Shabbat because we have a bar mitzvah tomorrow, Jonah Katofsky, who is going to do an amazing job. And it's a special Shabbat because we're moving toward our secular holiday of Thanksgiving. Time off for this entire nation, time to eat, to celebrate, time to be with family and friends. But I know getting to a holiday is often such a rush, getting to Shabbat, getting to Thanksgiving. So let's take a moment and calm ourselves. Let's take a moment to feel Shabbat. Let's take a moment by breathing in deeply. Let's take a deep breath in and hold it and let it out. Another deep breath in Hold it and let it out. And one more deep breath in, feeling the power of Shabbat. Let us breathe in. Hold it and let it out. We continue with Hinei Ma Tov, which speaks about how wonderful it is when brothers and sisters gather together in love and peace. Hinei Ma Tov.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי, יאללה לי, יאללה לי. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לי, יאללה לי, יאללה לי. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
The year 1492. As we approach Thanksgiving, the history of Columbus's discovery of America becomes our primary focus. I, like most of you, have fond childhood memories of Thanksgivings, spent eating too much turkey and watching too many football games. And as a child, I never considered the date 1492 beyond the framework of a fun, festive American holiday. It was a pure, innocent, and simple celebration. And while I pray that we can all enjoy Thanksgiving with our family and friends gathered around us, as adult Jews, we need to remember that the year 1492 embodies more than the discovery of America. It was also a period of catastrophe for the Jews living in Spain. For me today, the year 1492 conjures up not only images of Columbus and his armada, but also of the expulsion of the Jews from Spain. King Ferdinand's and Queen Isabella's goal was the unification of Spain under one religion and one culture. Jews had no place in this society. So a Jew's only choice was to convert or to leave. So while Columbus was discovering a world where religious freedom would later reign, Spain was limiting its religious spectrum to one religion. Many of the Jews departed for Turkey, where the Ottoman Empire was welcoming Spanish refugees. Others settled in countries around the Mediterranean. The expulsion of Jews from Spain was followed by expulsions of Jews from Sicily in 1493, Lithuania in 1495, and Portugal in 1496. In Europe, Jews were being forced to live in ghettos and confederations. This was such a far cry from the golden age which the Jews had enjoyed living in Spain for the 800 prior years. The only positive thing that can be said about the expulsion is that it ended the suffering caused by the Spanish Inquisition. So this Thanksgiving, let us remember to say a prayer for the religious freedoms we enjoy in the United States, or at least the religious freedoms we are supposed to enjoy. And let's keep trying to achieve religious freedom for every religion, Judaism, and all of its compatriots. We have a country which declares in its constitution the right of religious freedom for all. The United States, unlike its European counterparts, does not have a history of government-sponsored suppression of the religious minority. As Jewish citizens of the U.S., we are leading lives of religious freedom greater than our ancestors ever imagined, and yet we live it in a world of rising anti-Semitism. Let us remember to thank God for the blessings we have, but also to always remember we need to fight for our freedoms, to always have great respect for Thanksgiving and for what it represents in terms of our religion and our journey to America. We continue with Yedid Nefesh, a song of joy, a song of Shabbat. We find it on page 636.
Yedid Nefesh, Av HaRachaman, משוכבתך אל רצונך, ירוץ עבדך כמו הים, ישתחווה אל מול דרך, יערב לו ידידותך, מנופת צוף בכל טעם, הדור נאה ילי זיו העולם, נפשי חולת אהבתך, אנא אל נא רפנה בהעולה נועם זיווך, אז תתחזק ותתרפק, והיית לך שמחת עולם. Yalalai rai rai rai, yalalai rai rai rai, yalalai rai 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 rai, yalalai rai rai rai, yalalai rai rai rai, yalalai rai 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 rai.
We turn to page 138 to welcome the Sabbath bride into our congregation, into our homes, into our hearts. The mystics of Svat would go out, into the fields every Friday afternoon, dressed in their Shabbat whites. And they would stare out into that setting sun, and what would they see? They would see the Sabbath bride. And as the sun set, it would come toward them, it would bless them, it would send them home for a peaceful, a restful Shabbat. We are on page 138. We'll be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, rising on the last verse.
Yalai lalai lai, yai rai 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 rai, yai rai rai rai, yai rai 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 rai, yalalai rai, yai rai 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 rai, yai rai rai, yai rai 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 rai, lechatoti, likra kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד השביענו אל המאוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לך דודי. לקרא קלה פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי. לקרא קלה פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי, שיר דברי כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה לך דודי. לקרא קלה פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצוהלה, תוך אמונה עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי. לקרא קלה פני שבת נקבלה. לי 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 לי
We turn to page 142 for Shalom Aleichem. The Sabbath bride has just blessed us, but we now have angels on their way. And these angels come into our lives and they bless us. And if we look at these verses, it speaks about waving the angels towards us. First they come, then they bless us, and then they leave, going to the next home and the next synagogue. Shalom Aleichem, the blessing of the angels, page 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi HaSharet, Malachi Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem LeShalom, Malachi HaShalom, Malachi Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruchuni LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Kadosh Baruch Hu.
It's time to light our Shabbat candles. I'd like Jonah to bring his family forward to help him light these candles. Come on forward. You can bring Grandma with you if you want. Or not. Come over here to light the candles. The candles are the gateway through which the spirit of the Shabbat bride enters our lives. As gateway is lit, Shabbat officially begins.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav V'tzivanu lehadlik ner V'tzivanu lehadlik ner V'tzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat.
We turn to page 146 for the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. Please rise and face the ark if you are able. The Baruch Hu.
Light, 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 light. Light, 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 Baruchu et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Hamevorach Leolam Vaed Hamevorach Hamevorach Leolam
Please remain standing for the Shema. Let's feel the presence of those on either side of us, behind us and in front of us. The Shema speaks about unity and connection. And when we are all connected, there's a certain holiness that brings forth God. So let's find our connections to one another. Let's bring holiness into this world as we sing the Shema together.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto לעולם ועד.
Be seated unless your name is Jonah Katofsky, and then you're going to come forward and lead us in the Vahafta. Please go to the cantor's podium to lead us. We are on page 154. I want to move the mic a little bit. Sing along with Jonah.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווה היום על לבביך. ושינתם לבניך ודיברתם בם בשבתך, בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לתוצפות בין עיניך. וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיהם, אשר הוצא אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות להם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיהם.
We'll say Yasher Koach. Yasher Koach. Good job. If you do it like that tomorrow, you're really going to ace it. Really good job, Jonah. We turn to page 158 for the Micha Mocha. The Micha Mocha is the song we sang after 400 plus years of struggle. We struggled in Egypt. We struggled as slaves. We struggled and we fought for our freedom. And we crossed that sea of reeds, and it must have been terrifying having two walls of seawater on either side. But we made it through. We found peace. It was only there in the desert. But we found it, and we sang the Micha Mocha.
Lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai. Lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai. Lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai. Lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot. Oh, sefele, ya lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai, lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai, ya la lai lai, ya la lai la lai. Malchutecha, ra'uvanecha, bokeh hayam, lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Zeli anu ve'amru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai, lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot. Oh, sefele, ya lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai, lai la lai lai, ya la lai la lai, lai la lai lai, ya la lai lai lai.
Let's turn to page 160 for Ufros Aleinu, which is the third line from the top in the Hebrew. But as an introduction to this prayer, let us read the English on the bottom half of this page together. We're on page 160, the bottom half of the page. Let's read. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Ufros aleinu sukat, shelomecha. Ufros aleinu shelomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat, shelomecha.
We turn to page 371 for the Misha Berach prayer. We say the Misha Berach for those who are ill of mind, body, and spirit. Tonight on our Misha Berach list, Alan Ross, Amy Coiteau, Brandon Rapport, Bruce Newman, Denise Fontaine, Howard Gordon, Erwin Ames, Kathy Ryder, Lionel Sokol, Lisa Sage, Lauren Kleinrock, Lynn Newman, Mark Jeff, Michael Ryder, Milo Mandel, Sharon Friedman, Rabbi Stanley Davids, Steve Lincoln, Stephen Mandel, Susan Vidal, Yoni Arusi, and Sophia Gadushi. We also think of those suffering in Israel, those affected by acts of terrorism, anti-Semitism, and bigotry, those caught in natural and unnatural disasters, those healing from all too frequent gun violence, and all those caring for the ill. If you have an additional name for our Misha Berach list, share it with me now. Mishaberach Avotenu Vimotenu. May the God of our ancestors grant a refuah shlema, complete and full healing to all those named this evening and to all those we hold in our hearts. And together we say, the singing of Mishaberach, page 371.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor haberacha lavotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor bracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We turn to page 164 for the Amidah, the standing prayer. Please rise if you are able. And as we rise, let us remember to pray as if everything depends on God, but to act as if everything depends on us. The Amidah, also called Tefillah, page 164.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל אתה, רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue silently through page 180. When you're done with your silent prayer, you may be seated.
שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשיא לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשיא לעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך הדור לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך הדור לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשיא לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Helping the stranger. It's a key idea in Judaism, and it's called Haknasat Orchim. It's actually a key idea in most religions, perhaps all of them. You see, helping others is a universal idea that seems to be universally forgotten more often than not. We have to be reminded of it. And our Torah does that time and time again by speaking about helping the stranger. And in chapter 18 of Genesis, we have this beautiful selection that speaks about this idea. And in Genesis 18, we read, "And Adonai appeared to Abraham. Abraham was sitting by the tent flap in the heat of the day. And Abraham raised his eyes, and he saw three men standing before him. And he saw, and he ran toward them from the tent flap, and he bowed to the ground. And he said to them, 'My lords, if I find favor in your eyes, please do not go on past your servant. Let a little water be fetched, and bathe your feet, and stretch out under a tree, and let me fetch a morsel of bread in order for you to refresh yourselves. Then you may go on.' And these three strangers, they said, 'Do as you have spoken.' And so Abraham hurried to the tent, and he said to Sarah, his wife, 'Hurry, knead 3 seahs of choice flour, and make loaves.' And to the herd Abraham ran, and he fetched a tender calf, and he fetched curds and milk and the calf that had been prepared, and he set them before his guests. And he stood over them, and they ate." This story seems simple enough. Assist the stranger. But Abraham really wasn't in shape to help anyone on this specific day. The Torah teaches us that the day prior, I'm sorry for those of you who are squeamish, the day prior, Abraham circumcised himself and the men of his community. And like any surgical procedure, you need to rest after it's completed. So it shouldn't have been a day of helping others. It should have been a day of healing, of caring for oneself, or at least in theory. But he knew that anyone traveling during this hour of the day, when the sun was directly overhead, must be in need. Who else travels during the heat of the day, especially through a desert? But even though he needed to care for his own body, he doesn't ignore or even wait for these strangers to come to him. The Torah teaches he rushes to them. He brings them into his home. He doesn't ask their names. He doesn't wait to hear their request. He doesn't inquire if they're homeless or foreigners looking for a safe haven. He doesn't try to separate them or send them back to wherever they had come. He doesn't look at them as if they didn't exist. He sees 3 people in need, and he reacts. He welcomes. He provides food and shelter because it is right and humanitarian. These travelers are in need, and it is his job to provide. Judaism teaches that caring for the stranger is a mitzvah, a commandment. In Hebrew, this tradition, as I said earlier, is called haknasat orchim, and our tradition teaches us it is equivalent to prayer. Like Abraham, we're not supposed to wait for someone to ask for help. We're supposed to rush to those who need it before they can ask. If each one of us took this commandment to heart, then before we can celebrate the riches of our lives, we have to assist those in need. We must share what is ours with those who have nothing. We must search out strangers and we must offer them assistance before they even ask. So as we approach this Thanksgiving holiday, we need to take a look around and ask ourselves, who needs help and assistance, and how can we provide? Perhaps it's time to volunteer at a food bank or make a donation to an organization like the West Valley Food Pantry. Perhaps it's time to volunteer at one of the many organizations that assist the houseless. Perhaps it's time to immerse oneself into the politics of making our society more equitable for all. Perhaps it's time to act more like Abraham and Sarah. On this Shabbat, on this day of celebration, let's remember that our responsibilities go beyond the thresholds of our own personal tents. Let's remember that we have been blessed with the ability to help others if we so choose. Shabbat Shalom. And it's my honor to ask our board member, Pam Marshall, to come forward, who has some announcements. And Pam, there's a microphone on the cantor's bima, the cantor's podium. You might want to go over that way.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi Jon. Thank you, Cantor Joel. And thank you back there, James, for participating and helping to create this lovely evening. I also want to call up Jonah. Come on up, Jonah. Chris, would you run me up that? Sorry, I forgot your Kiddush cup. I remembered the announcements. It's always so fun watching a young person get ready for their bar bat mitzvah. I'm Pam. Hi. Hi, nice to meet you. Because while he's getting up here, doing the candle lighting, Grandma's beaming, and then as he was doing his recitation, Grandma's beaming, Dad's videoing, Mom's nervously, I think, following along to make sure you don't mess up. But then they were all happy and relieved. And I just want to congratulate you on your bar mitzvah and tell you that you come from a great tradition. Your dad has participated on the board. He's done our poker tournament and other tournaments. Your mom, she participates. She did with the religious school and the ECC, and now she's my mahjong friend. And I hope you have a good, long life participating in the Jewish community, and that you and the Jewish community will both be better for it. Mazel tov. You're welcome. You can go sit now. You're released. I also want to thank the Oneg sponsors, the Katofsky family, in honor of Jonah's bar mitzvah, and I want to make a few quick announcements. This Sunday, in 2 days, November 24th, it's our Kiddie Youth Group event. Join Paige and our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders for a fun afternoon of bowling. If you would like information on that, it says it's in the Shalom sheet. I actually looked, and I don't think it is. But if you have any questions, talk to Lorraine. She'll know all about it. She's back there. Also, for us adults, Rabbi Jon's popular Through a Jewish Lens class is starting on Monday, December 2nd. That's the Monday after Thanksgiving weekend. And Rabbi Jon will be taking us on an exploration of current topics through a Reform lens. So I think you have a lot of explaining to do through a Reform lens. We've also kicked off our West Valley Food Pantry toy drive. You can donate a toy to the food pantry. You can bring it here and leave it. Also, we have and again, I don't know where it is. It says it's on, I don't think, it says Giving Tuesday, but I don't know that that's it. Somewhere, well, that's Tzedakah, but somewhere we will get you a QR code because there's an Amazon list where if you don't want to go buy a toy, you just can go on the Amazon list and buy a toy and it'll magically show up as part of the toy drive. If not, bring an unwrapped gift no later than December 13th. And we really appreciate that. There, as Rabbi mentioned, Tina's got something. There's a link in the e-blast, not the Shalom sheet, the e-blast. I didn't type these announcements. Anyhow, the toys will come and they'll go out to needy kids and who will very much appreciate them and may not have much of a holiday without them. Also, please join us on Friday, December 13th. We're going to be honoring Amy Cecil, who is our departing education consultant in the religious school, and we're going to say thank you and wish her, green horizons, sunny pastures, etc., as she moves on to future endeavors. And also on that night, we are going to be having our Hanukkah community celebration, albeit a couple weeks early, but it works out best for schedules. So it would be good to have you here to celebrate Hanukkah and offer your good wishes to Amy Cecil. It's also almost poker time. It's coming up on February 1st. There is actually a QR code link here. You can take a picture of that with your camera, and then you hit the thing, and if you can't figure it out, talk to a grandchild. But that will allow you to register for the poker tournament. I've already signed up, so I'm looking forward to beating you. And tonight, our tzedakah is going to the West Valley Food Pantry. There is a QR code. It's actually here. Or we have an old-fashioned basket. You can leave a 20. Remember, next week, Thanksgiving, and a lot of people need help, and we are also fortunate, and it'd be good if we could share some of our good fortune to make a happy holiday for everyone. So anyhow, please donate to the tzedakah box. And you can check out our events on the website. You can call the office. We've got Tina here. We've got Lorene here. I know a few things you could ask me. We're also always looking for new sponsors for Shabbats, for our other events. And your sponsorship is what allows us to continue to be this wonderful congregation that we all call home. So anyhow, thank you. Shabbat Shalom. And you're back up.
We turn to page 598 for the Mourner's Kaddish. And we think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. On our recently departed list, Arlene Baden, remembered by the Baden and Birnbaum families. Anna Soderberg, remembered by the Bar David and Soderberg families. Lee Kaplan, remembered by the Kaplan, Banner, and Hanish families. Edward Berry, remembered by the Berry family. Gita Gilgor, remembered by the Litvak family. And Tatiana Feinzimmer, remembered by the Litvak family. We also hold in our prayers the hostages and soldiers we have lost in the current Mideast conflict, those taken by gun violence, those that have passed due to floods, fires, and other natural and unnatural disasters, and those that have no one but us to say Kaddish for them. On our Yortzeit list, Ida Ackerman, Herman Bein, Jess Blake, Arnold Block, Joseph Bolker, Ida Evans, Frida Furman, William Glassberg, Leonard Goldstein, Adeline Levine, Nancy Mann, Marilyn Mars, Cliff Medina, Ephraim Meltzer, Marion Meltzer, Alvin Ryder, Ann Rosner, Rhea Steinman, David Tauman, Lane Jonathan Wesley, Philip Wildman, William Wiss, Dorothy Wiss, Fanny Zweig, and Nathan Zweig. If you have an additional name for our Kaddish or Yortzeit list, share it with us now. If you're in the first 7 days of mourning, Shiva, I ask you to please rise. If you're in the first 30 days of mourning, Shloshim, I ask you to please rise. If you're in the first year of mourning, I ask you to please rise. If you're observing a Yortzeit, please rise. These are the mourners in our midst. We rise to show them our love and our support. We're on page 598. Let us read together. Yitgadal v'yikadash shmei Rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'amlech malchutei, v'chayachon v'yimechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, v'agalav yizman kari v'imru. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarak le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha b'rechu leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru oseh shalom b'mromav v'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. May the one who makes peace on high grant peace to all who mourn, to all Israel, and to all humankind. And together we say, please put your books down, put your arms around one another. If you need someone, if you're not standing near someone, then go introduce yourself to somebody. Or join me on the bima, whatever you'd like.
Ose shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ose shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Jonah, come right over here. You're going to hold this Kiddush cup from the floor tonight. You're going to hold up nice and high. Face everybody, because I know someone wants to take a picture of you. You've got a photographer right there. Pose. Let's all hold up our imaginary Kiddush cups. Let's fill them with whatever kind of juice we like. And now let's do the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Take a little sip. Good job. And now take this challah and hold it. And I want thank you. And I want everyone to come forward out of your seats. Place your hand on the shoulder of the person in front of you. Let's all connect as one. Let's all connect to our challah. Let's create some community right now. And let's not trip as we come forward. We want to keep everybody in one piece. Yeah. And yesterday. And Monday. Yeah. Come on forward. Yeah, we've got a big chain going here.
As the announcer, you were great. You bring a levity to the.
Here we go. Let's all connect. Ready? We're connected. And now the Hamotzi.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, b'tei avon.
Give someone a hug, give them a kiss, wish them Shabbat Shalom, and then come and get challah while Jonah is holding it.
Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Yaseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. Please join us at the Oneg outside in the social hall. Did I hear something about next Friday? It's on Zoom next